eyes on it. Wanna cry, cry. Wanna. Can I vibe, vibe, vibe? Fox 555 on the Kid Live, yeah. Home side, yeah. Give me rides, yeah, 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 yeah.
We got London on the track.
Hey, I need 2 bucks. With that cool get that chula. What your jewels cost? With that cool I need 2 bucks. I'm the new one.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hook. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with we just let them tools talk. And give us back yours again. Back to back in them Ferraris, we stay horse playing. Run up on us and I'm gon' hack. Harvard student doing my taxes, I got friends. I put rings on them hundreds, I'm married. You see my money and ice everywhere on them. And we each other cause we don't cherish them. But we don't leak out that info, we can't embarrass them. Can't leave the country, but I got my beef from London. These talk but see me out and ain't on nothing. I'm in the store, I need to go get the. You got 20s, I got hundreds. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hook. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with we just let them tools talk. 200.
And welcome. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Here, Jay, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Come on. All right, if you must.
Yes, trust the process.
It has been quite a process to get to this point. Jay, they have a squad here in Philadelphia. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. To Butler. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, right? To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Over to the right side. Butler to Embiid. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Chris Dunn. Here's a chance from long range. Second effort. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Butler. Shot from the lane won't go. Done. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Done. Deep right corner. To Zach LaVine. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
For 3. Easy path to the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Joel Embiid. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Dunn goes to the right side. From long range. Tough shot for Markkanen. No good. Simmons with it. 2-point advantage. Redick. That's off the side of the rim. Short. To Chris Dunn. Rebound cleared by Philly. To Embiid. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First free throw is good.
Substitutions, Chicago. Substitutions, Philadelphia.
And gets both to drop at the line. Gets it in the right corner. Porter to Markkanen. Nice pass to set things up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Butler. Turns and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Number 11, James Ennis.
To Porter. Lays it up and in.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Butler to bring it up. The score 10-8. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Bulls with it. To Lopez. Robin Lopez, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Butler into the front court. It's 14-12. To McConnell. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Butler to bring it up. Leads up. Bucket. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere.
Of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Chance here for the process. Doesn't get the bounce. Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The 76ers have the lead. Jay, in the first quarter, if you own shares of stock in the offenses, you'd make a lot of easy money. There was no defense to start this one.
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
Count it.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
And finishes strong.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Baller into the front court. Lead is 2. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Chicago possession to Wendell Carter. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Wendell Carter. Now a steal by Philly.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Great pass to set it up. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight Finals wins. To Wendell Carter. Off the assist.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Wow, slams it down. Man against man.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming. 56% for his career. Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Bulls with the basketball. Dunn. Deep left corner. Zach LaVine. 2-4 now.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Oh, a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Butler. Beyond the arc for 3. That one off the mark. It's no good. To LaVine. For 3. Tough shot there for Chris Dunn. No good. Redick with it. Leads 3. Has a look. Redick with a shot, no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Sixers control it.
I'm here.
Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Markkanen slams it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Butler to bring it up. Down by 1. Harris. Butler. Levine to Chris Dunn. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To Simmons. Jimmy Butler. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Dunn to Markkanen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect. Butler into the front court. It's a 1-point game as we approach halftime. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. Simmons, and they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Just a tic-tac.
Butler not getting the bounce. Jimmy Butler with a piece. And this will be out of bounds, off of Butler. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Desperation shot here from half court. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Bulls have the lead.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bulls will start the second half with a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scores for the Chicago Bulls. The 76ers aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. Have a look at the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Jay, 27 wins a year ago for the Bulls. What can this team be?
They have the potential to be a playoff team, but in order for that to happen, a lot of guys need to take that major next step in their careers. Lauri Markkanen needs it. What position will he play at the PG spot? Wendell Carter, their first-round draft pick, and also Jabari Parker. He is the key cog in this wheel. If he is healthy and plays to the level of expectation that we know he can, this team can make the playoffs.
The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Redick to Simmons. Over to the right side. Butler. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Carter to Porter. Markkanen to Porter. Zach LaVine. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
A 2-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Bulls have it. Levine to Porter. Levine to Chris Dunn. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
The 7th pick overall, Larry Marketing had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Zach Levine. He's now 4 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
A simple touch foul.
Time to shuffle things up.
Personal foul. Team foul number 2. Entering the game for the Chicago Bulls. Number 3.
Cashes in for 2.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Butler to bring it up. The margin standing now at 7. Going to launch beyond the arc. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Redick with it. His guys down by 9. Chris Dunn rejects it. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Chris Dunn. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Redick. And he scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division? And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Chicago with the possession. To Lopez. Porter. Surveys the floor to Lopez. Robin Lopez. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
To Redick. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
That's out of bounds off a Bull. It remains Sixers basketball. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Butler. It's rebounded by the Bulls. So Wendell Carter fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Here's a chance from long range. It's no good. Shots not going down. So Wendell Carter off the assist.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
You've got to get that one to go. For three, and it's good.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
3 quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. Nice cushion for the Bulls. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Simmons with it. Down a bundle to Butler from long range. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Zach LaVine trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for three. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. Ben Simmons swats it. Out of bounds off Ben Simmons. Add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Done. To Markkanen. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. In the front court comes Simmons. His guys down big. At long last, he missed his first 5 attempts from beyond the arc, but he gets that one to go.
Welcome to psychological warfare, providing he's not taking bad shots. But if I were the defense, I would let him keep shooting it. Make him think about it a little bit more.
Sixers have the basketball. To the rim, lays it up and in.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Simmons into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Slams it down. Now the Bulls will take the timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Levine to Wendell Carter.
Philadelphia 76ers, number 12.
Levine. McConnell. From the outside, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception, because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Had a chance, but it's no good. To Tobias Harris. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Dunn to Zach LaVine. Nothing going here on that drive. And scores.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Philadelphia with the basketball. The jumper's off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Dunn to Wendell Carter. Can't connect. Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Tough make through traffic.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Simmons to Butler. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Carter comes away with it.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whoop, that's a scary thing to watch.
The follow won't go either. Markkanen to Wendell Carter. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Watch that cutter.
To Wendell Carter. From the painted area, won't go down. To Wendell Carter. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. That misses with 2 seconds to go. The Bulls take this one as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls got themselves a win here today. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Chicago Bulls. The 76ers didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss.
Game track. Bench points.
The Chicago Bulls had the kind of bench production that will make any coach proud. NBA games can be made easier when you're working with depth, and that's exactly what happened here today.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Philadelphia 76ers. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
If young Metro don't trust you, homie.
Do you know where you're going? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to?
Straight.
Do you know?
Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven. We can go legend, 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 yeah. Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. With my best friend, 7-Eleven. Not a drill, it's the real thing. I do what the feelings. Made my blueprints, so my life got no ceilings. I create the energy that they keep stealing. Yeah, Detroit legend, microphone legend. Yeah, shine a legend. My bro is John Legend. Yeah, all this sunshine, it's still raining blessings. Straight out the Maybach, I'm just fresher than my reverend. box. Me and all my inner circle, we keep thinking out the box. Dog, when life go too hard on you, you gon' go legend and not me. I got no other op. I go so hard, I might wake up with a concussion. The way I piece this together, man, it's puzzling. I do this for the dogs, and nowadays we husky. God is my witness, you look, can't judge me. Oh, God. 7-Eleven. No.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Detroit Pistons. The opening tip to the Bulls, and we're underway at United Center. Markkanen to Porter. Markkanen to Chris Dunn. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Jackson to Drummond. Jackson. His first effort off the mark. Dunn to Wendell Carter. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw try, off the mark. Has a look. Reggie Jackson missed his first. That one goes.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level? But that jumper's wet too.
Bulls have it to Wendell Carter. Andre Drummond tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Jackson with it. Down 2. Nice pass to set things up. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
Shot by Dunn, no good.
See the defender. Did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting.
Reggie Jackson, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
To Levine. Dunn. A fundamental shot right there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. 1 bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Jackson. Here's a chance from long range. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Shot from the lane won't go. Jackson with it. Leads one. To Drummond. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
Chicago with the possession. Dunn to Porter. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Here's the truth. As long as you're using your legs and your body to stay in front of the offensive player, you won't get called for those. You keep reaching, though, it's going to be a long night.
First one, count it.
Substitutions, Detroit.
Able to convert on both free throws. Ish Smith, and they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul.
Ish Smith to Luke Kennard. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I could see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
To Lopez. Good look that time, but off the mark.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Ish Smith to Nick Young. Tough make through traffic.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
To Lopez. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
It's Chicago ball. Porter to Wendell Carter. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Luke Kennard gets these points at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. Short jumper off the mark. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, Robin Lopez. First couple didn't go. That one is true. First quarter's complete. The Pistons with the lead. Jay, one quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Cleaning the offensive glass. Ish Smith. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
The pass set it all up.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
The possession in favor of Detroit. To Smith. Navigates through traffic but can't finish. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Count the basket inside.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Ish Smith up against Porter to Luke Kennard. Ish Smith from long range buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Robin Lopez, 2 of 4 now.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that's a defender off.
And he'll head to the line. Ish Smith, he's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 66%. First try at the line, no good. Missed the second one as well. Markkanen. Pass stolen by Detroit.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Lauri Markkanen snatching it out of the air to Zach LaVine. Stuffs it down with authority.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Smith. Knocked loose. Oh, the hustle keeps the ball in play. To Smith. Detroit with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Ish Smith. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Wendell Carter. Shot from in close, no good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Gets it in the right corner. The rebound's taken by Detroit. Add 2 points to the board.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To LaVine. Over to the right side. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good. A 3-point play. And they're back within single digits. Down by 9. To Griffin. Ish Smith. And he throws it down. Andre Drummond with the slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Nice finish at the rim.
That boy's living his best life.
No good. To Wendell Carter. Deep left corner. It goes down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Ish Smith. To Griffin. Going to launch beyond the arc. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And the two for Blake Griffin.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here we go. My ball.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That's it for the first half, with the Pistons way out in front.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Pistons will start the second half with a decent lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons. The Bulls were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Bench points.
The Chicago Bulls had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Is Smith to Reggie Jackson. Great look and vision. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Curling inside. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Jackson to Griffin. Jackson. Carter comes away with it. To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And the finish at the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like I was a bug at the park.
Done. To Wendell Carter. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jackson with it. The lead stands at 9. Rises for the slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Pistons ball here. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Has a look. Shot no good there by Levine. Ish Smith to Nick Young. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
And a nice finish at the rim.
The 7th pick overall, Larry Marketing had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. New blood coming in for both sides. Griffin looking good. 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Gets to the basket and scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Ish Smith at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. Off the mark on his free throw. To Lopez. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Robin Lopez at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down. And he makes them both. To Smith. Ish Smith. He's now 5 for 6.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Wendell Carter, couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. Pistons have it. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Wendell Carter. Tough make through traffic.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
To Smith. Great dish to set it up. And he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Carter. Knocked loose. Pistons have it. To Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard slams it down. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Cruises inside for two.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It's Detroit's ball. Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. Pistons retain possession. Kennard.
My ball.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Robin Lopez trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Has a chance. Griffin's shot won't go. 20-footer at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The Pistons have the lead. The Bulls in possession as we start the 4th quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Count the bucket for 2.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Griffin. Rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Ish Smith to Griffin. Finish that. Andre Drummond able to recover with the block. Ish Smith against Porter. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. Done. From the painted area won't go down. The possession in favor of Detroit. Down for Smith. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Count the basket at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Ish Smith gets it in the right corner to Drummond. To the rim, lays it up and in.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Dunn. To Wendell Carter. Cashes in for 2.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Drummond. You've got to get that one to go. Levine. Beyond the arc for 3. Missed it. Is Smith to Jackson for 3. And Reggie Jackson, no hesitation on that one. Buries it.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
To Wendell Carter, Markkanen, deep left corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. To Drummond. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. Jackson with it. His team up by 7. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Markkanen. To Wendell Carter. And scores. Strong take.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Bulls have it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Off the mark at the line. Young into the front court. Up by 3. Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Pistons ball here. Over to the right side. Fires the 3. Rebound taken in by Chicago. Short jumper won't go down. Jackson with it. Up 5. Screen coming. Knocked loose. Bulls come away with this. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, the Pistons are the winners as they win this one by 3. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pistons edged out a close victory in today's game. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Bulls finished on the losing end of a close score. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This is what the future holds. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way, baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave with the that in my fault, they want me. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, now me. Now I'm on the road.